Hi, Professor Brevard. Phil Brown here. The case I decided to choose for this video is the Colleen Ritzer case. But before I start, this is my audience. Okay, this is a murder case. It took place in 2013. The verdict of this case took place in December of 2015, and recently the sentence took place in February of this year, 2016. The suspect of this case is Chism. He is age 14 and he lives in Danvers. Previously, he lived in Tennessee before he moved to Danvers. How this case began was his math teacher, Colleen Ritzer, asked Philip to stay after school, in which he did. She then began asking him questions pertaining to his life in Tennessee. Something about that must have triggered him, made him anxious. Following that, Colleen then went to use the restroom. Philip then shortly followed her to the restroom and entered. Upon entering, Philip karate chopped her in the throat, knocking her out. He then slit her throat while she was knocked out with a box cutter. Following that, he stuffed her body into a recycling bin, wheeled her out behind the woods of Danvers High School, and sexually assaulted her with a stick. After that, he ended up stealing her property, including her credit cards, ID, and clothing, being her underwear. After he committed this murder, he went to see a movie using Colleen Ritzer's credit cards. The state police found him wandering on Route 1 in Topsfield around midnight to 1 a.m., wearing different clothing from what he wore at the crime scene, being Danvers High School. When he was found, he had an overwhelming amount of evidence on him, including, as I stated, her underwear, credit cards, ID. And not only that, he admitted to actually killing her, Colleen Ritzer. When this case was brought to trial, his defense tried claiming insanity due to him suffering from mental health issues. They had 3 different psychologists during the investigation, which all came to the same conclusion that Philip Chism was of sound mind. Therefore, this insanity plea was thrown off the table, was not applicable. It came down to the overall verdict that Philip Chism was charged with first-degree murder, 40 years, and 25 years for armed robbery because he used a box cutter, and aggravated rape. And he's to serve these concurrently, and is eligible for parole at age 54. My overall opinion of this case is that, it was a barbaric case. It's a huge tragedy. I agree that he should be treated as an adult, definitely not a child. A lot of people disagree that he should be treated as a juvenile, but not in this case, in my opinion. Although I do disagree with part of the outcome in this case. Personally, I believe that he should have received a life sentence, if not 2. I do not believe he should receive parole at age 54 years old. And besides that, I am happy that they did throw out the insanity plea, and he is going to be facing adult charges. Thank you.